Hi there. I'm MIM Godfather, and this is my video response to the SMPFilms video, My Ghost Experience, which is a few years old, but I still felt like making my own response after watching it for the first time. Basically, my story is a combination of two stories. One that happened to me personally, and another that was told to me by my older sister shortly after the events of my experience. Well, okay, a little bit of background on what happened with my experience. Basically, at my house, for a period of about 2 weeks, my house back in my hometown, basically the electricity in the house had been surging erratically for a period of about 2 weeks. Now, on the night of the event, my older sister and I had been watching some TV in my bedroom, and the electricity had reached the point, it was at its worst point ever at that period in time. The electricity was just, it was bright and dark, like every second it was just getting worse and worse, and at one point the electricity actually turned my TV off. Now, that's not the big event there, but I got really frustrated. I was in high school, you know, teenagers, we get frustrated easily. Anyway, I got so frustrated that I yelled at the electricity, I don't know, but I yelled out loud, "Would you just stop it?" And not even a second after I said that, the lamp in the corner of my room, it surged to its brightest point. I heard the bulb fizzle, and there was a loud pop sound. And all the electricity in my room just stopped. And all the surges in the house stopped at that point. All of them. Now, this scared the crap out of my older sister and I, and we just ran immediately out of the room. Now, that's my story, and it might not make much sense to you as to why I consider that a ghost story. And just hear me out, because after that happened, my older sister seemed to be a little bit more freaked out by it than I was. And, you know, I asked her what was wrong, and she told me the story about when she was back in high school. Now, this is the second story. Her and her friends went out to a graveyard, I guess, and one of them brought along a Ouija board or something like that. I don't know, I may be remembering that part of the story wrong, but it was something like a Ouija board. And, you know, at first it was all just, you know, really goofy. She's like, haha, we're being retarded. Anyway, she told me that at one point she got this really creepy feeling. And she started to get kind of scared. So she told her friend that she wanted to leave. And so they drove her back home. But apparently she felt this dark presence following her from the point that they left the graveyard all the way till they got home. And I mean, she would keep looking behind her. There were no cars following them. It was very late, but she still just couldn't shake that feeling, and there just seemed to be this dark cloud, like a literal dark cloud following her. And when she got home, and she went into her bedroom, and apparently she had a little candle in a glass enclosure in the corner of the room. The same corner that my lamp was in. Now, what happened was, she lit the candle, and it wasn't even, like maybe 5 minutes afterward, but all of a sudden she just heard this loud crack. and she had no idea what it was. She looked around, and then she looked at her room, or sorry, she looked in the corner of her room where the candle was, and she noticed that the candle was out, and there was a crack right down the middle of the glass enclosure. Now, at that point, she finally felt that dark presence go away, like something it just went away, whatever that feeling was. But after she told me that, anytime I think about what happened with my lamp that night, I still just get this really creepy feeling, like maybe it was more than just the electricity. Because keep in mind, as soon as the bulb in my room died, whatever you want to call it, all the electricity stopped surging in the entire house. I don't know. And I guess I never will know. But that's my story, and I hope you enjoyed it. This is MIM Godfather, signing out.